guess it's been a moment since we spoke about the Kaiju MonsterVerse. So Godzilla vs. Kong came, and it went as fast as it came. So according to what Mojo Box Office, it made $440 million globally in its 75 10-week run, but it's still to come out in Japan. It's not come out over there yet. And also you got to factor in the alleged $250 million that Warner Bros. Had to pay Legendary Pictures. So overall, it's one of the most successful movies this year. So, yo, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. What a video on the Kaiju MonsterVerse going forward. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any pop culture based content. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu. If you want to see the face behind the voice, also check us out on Twitter or Warstu G, aka The Maverick. And also, if you give a damn, become a member of the channel for less than 99p, and also check us out on twitch.tv/Warstu. So it's been pretty dead in the MonsterVerse Kaiju category recently since the news of the sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong, but then it's gone dead. So we're going to go over a bunch of stories to do with potentially the future of the Kaiju MonsterVerse. So the first story is a bit ambiguous and it's a bit of a reach, but I do think it's interesting. So Warner Brothers, you got to understand it's a Legendary Pictures movie, but I guess Warner Bros. Would have a factor in whatever happens. So Warner Bros. Reportedly wants Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston back in the MonsterVerse. I know what you're thinking. Skull Island was set in like the 80s. Don't worry, it's for a prequel. It's for a prequel. They want it for a prequel, which would make sense. And Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson's now Captain Marvel. They've both got the huge platforms. So it just says the source is the same source that told us that Luke Skywalker would be appearing in Mandalorian Season 2, which was pretty much the biggest unkept secret in the world. So apparently the studio's reportedly considering bringing Tom Hiddleston back and Brie Larson back into the Kaiju MonsterVerse for what would obviously have to be a prequel of some sorts. But then in the same article, it says it's hard to tell where the Kaiju MonsterVerse is going next, which is interesting. We know in the current day it left on Hallow Earth, and we know the rumors that Adam Wingard could be returning after he's on Thundercats to produce a Kong-based sequel. But as we said when we covered that story, that was a fluff piece, and that was just presumably what they thought was going to happen. So it says Adam Wingard recently added comic book adaptation hardcore to the slate already includes Face Off 2, Thundercats, and the next chapter of the MonsterVerse. So a lot could change now between now and the Kaiju return. So what is interesting is there is a merger, you could say, but seeing as Warner Brothers only have a little majority stake in the Kaiju MonsterVerse, they just license it. It really isn't up to them. So it would be really interesting if there was some kind of prequel set after Skull Island with Tom Hiddleston and with Brie Larson. That would be very interesting as they're both really popular. MonsterVerse Titans. Who could challenge Godzilla after Godzilla vs. Kong? As we know, Kong and Godzilla teamed up to freaking destroy, to slay Mecha Godzilla. So as we said previously, King Ghidorah could come back. Ghidorah is a freaking alpha, an alien. It was confirmed in King of the Monsters that Ghidorah was an alien, but other aliens could have actually come back to Earth or heard the call, so to speak. So we know they think the story is going to go down the path of Kong having a child, potentially, really. But in Hollow Earth, there must be some other Kaiju MonsterVerse creeping down there. So as we know, they've kind of revealed it could be a Kong movie, but I don't think that will do as well. So we know TOHO seems completely dedicated to expand the Godzilla franchise after 2020, with the tentative plan of a new film every 2 years and a fresh world of Godzilla. It's clear the Godzilla franchise will be here for a while without Legendary Pictures, given the hiatus Toho took with Legendary and WB fleshed out their MonsterVerse. But I just can't see Godzilla not showing up in the next movie. Although Kong is cool, I don't think it would pull as many numbers. And based on all the YouTube comments throughout the MonsterVerse history, any Titan could be down there. You could technically say the Destroyer was created in the massive explosion in King of the Monsters. It'd be very difficult for Godzilla to fight Destroyer, to be honest. He's an iconic, one of Godzilla's top rival, the bringer of death. the destroyer of worlds. Destroyer is the rival to Godzilla of the entire roster. Destroyer has been talked about and teased ever since Godzilla 2. King of the Monsters fans everywhere have called for this iconic demeaning monster to be given a proper Western introduction since the MonsterVerse began. And the Son of Kong, it just doesn't seem interesting to anyone. Yes, the whole Kaiju MonsterVerse community spoke about it, but everyone also said, but you gotta get Godzilla there. Yeah, I know that the rights with Toho and technically Legendary don't have the rights to Godzilla at the moment, but it would make much more sense. Now, another one could be Gengan, if I'm saying it right. He's another fan favorite. Cyborg, monster, bleeding alien flesh with alien robotics to create a devastating opponent for Godzilla. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, introduced and confirmed the existence of aliens. Life in the MonsterVerse, by the way, Ghidorah was introduced, as we said before. Alien space exploration have been a major hot topic in Hollywood as of late, especially with United States Pentagon having declassified a number of documentations confirming the existence of alien life on Earth. That's pretty funny. So yeah, that could be another cool option. I mean, these are options that a lot of you guys have thrown out there. A lot of people thought Mechagodzilla was a bit boring and a bit generic, so that could definitely be a way they could do it. Or I guess someone like Berlanti, if I'm saying it right, is also a prime contender for the MonsterVerse. Why? Because she's the Earth Dweller's representation of mankind misuse and abuse of the natural world. Throughout the MonsterVerse, Titans are reverted as the keeper of peace with nature. Berlanti represents a tampering of nature's order, and thus could essentially be the reasoning for Berlanti to come through. It would be fairly easy for Titans to explain the regards of how and why this creature could even already be in Hollow Earth without anyone knowing. So yeah, there's 3 ideas that we could do. Space Godzilla's also one that I've thrown out there multiple times. I'm really not into this Kong, Son of Kong. Like I said, the Deadline article was real, but the idea of Song of Kong was just a fluff piece. There's no actual inside information there. That was just an idea they threw around themselves to force an agenda. Personally, I think bringing Godzilla back would be better, but if they were to do a Kong storyline before they can do Godzilla again, I know Toho kind of has plans of them, but that doesn't stop the MonsterVerse using him technically in a roundabout way. It's just going to be very interesting to see which way the Kaiju MonsterVerse goes forward. So like always, guys, make sure to let me know what your slate would be for the Kaiju MonsterVerse. They've done phase 1 in theory already. What would your phase 2 slate be for the Kaiju MonsterVerse? This will be happening. It's made too much money, 1.8 billion over the franchise is pretty decent. So they are going forward. We know that Legendary have many plans for what could be next. So yeah, guys, it's just an update video to tell you what is up with the MonsterVerse. There isn't really much new information at the moment. There is Toho announced a new Japanese release date for Godzilla vs. Kong, and you know it's going to bang there. So apparently it's going to be coming out July the 2nd, which will be pretty cool if that is the case. Hopefully it is. And then the Godzilla vs. Kong Blu-ray is actually coming out very soon. It's coming out on the 15th according to Toho Cinema on Twitter, which is pretty cool. And MonsterVerse Godzilla 4 film collection Blu-ray set has been revealed. If you're a Kaiju MonsterVerse fan, that will be freaking awesome to have Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Skull Island, and then the original Godzilla all on one Blu-ray. That will be freaking sweet. So like always, guys, let me know, what do you think they should do with the Kaiju MonsterVerse next? Do you want this Son of Kong? Would you rather Godzilla goes up against someone like Warstu or Destroyer? So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.